Hey, Keats. It's me, Brandy. Now, I was asleep. That's why my voice sound like this, okay? Let me, excuse me. I woke up and I was thinking about something. I've been thinking about this for a few days, like maybe a week or so. And I said, you know what? I gotta get up early, but I gotta record this. So, let's talk about it. Here's what I'm getting. Now, when I was little, my grandmother used to say, don't eat the food. And I remember her telling me that, but I don't remember her telling me whose food. I just know she told me don't eat the food, right? So when I started going through my adventure of late, and my dreams got really, really weird. And I remember one specific one where I don't know whose house, no, it was like a block party. And I was with someone, and I could hear that person talking to me, but I didn't see them. I didn't look around, but like it was literally on a block. It was a block party. And whoever this guy, because this is supposed to be a guy, whoever he wanted me to meet his family. And he took me to his grandmother. And immediately she handed me this plate of food. Now, or at least tried to. This wasn't the first time that in a dream someone handed me food. And automatically I knew my grandma said, don't eat the food. And so I didn't eat the food. I remember one time I had like this big plate of food and I saw this homeless person and I gave them the food. And they were like, I'm sorry, I'm so hungry. Thank you, thank you. I'm so hungry. And I was like, sure. And I kept right on going because Grandma Pat said, don't eat the food. And I remember my aunt, she used to be like, Mom, Pat always say, don't eat everybody's food. And she was real particular about the food. And I know I'm not the only person whose elder told them don't eat the food, right? So I told this person's grandma, I was like, oh no, I'm sorry. I don't eat the food because I noticed that I had eaten something and my stomach, when I woke up, it wasn't right. And it kind of made me wonder how many people they have these dreams, they see their family, and their family's trying to feed them. And maybe they haven't seen grandmom or auntie or mom or uncle in a long time. Okay? And they feed them as like disrespectful not to eat that food that they gave you. I had to tell the ones that were around me, I can't eat this food. And at first, there was an issue. What you mean you can't eat our food? I can't eat this food, I said. And they were upset with me at first. Cause, family, the ones that eat together in life, they feel like they should eat together in death. But I had to tell them, this food is making me sick. And my grandma was like, no, don't give her that. No more of that. That's not for her. You don't eat that, baby. Don't eat the food. And I'm thinking to myself, I know I'm not supposed to eat the food. Grandma told me not to eat the food. Now I have multiple grandmoms, so I don't know which one it was. I got the two biological, Nana and Grandma, and I got the stepped up grandma from my stepfather's side of the family, and I got my mother's stepped up mother, which is the grandmother who raised me. Uh, Her and the other step grandmother, they're the ones who raised me. So everyone else, either I didn't grow up around them, or like my mother's biological mother died before I was born, like 3 years before I was born. So they stopped trying to feed me. My family stopped trying to feed me because I kept telling them something is wrong. You keep giving me this food, and my stomach, when I wake up, my stomach doesn't feel right. Something is wrong. I kept saying, it's like, and some of you might understand exactly what I'm describing, this feeling. It's like you, almost like you have something in your intestines, but it's just energy. So maybe you keep farting. Maybe you keep belching, okay? And it's trying to come out, but in that dream state, in that other dimension, and on that other plane of existence, that was solid food you ate. Remember that. You know the story of Hades and Persephone, and how I'm not sure why Persephone, I can't remember why Persephone was in the realm that Hades was in, but she was there for a long, I think he kidnapped her. He liked her. He thought she was beautiful. He kidnapped her. And she did end up being his wife. But while she was there, at first she wouldn't eat. And it's like, I once said, I don't eat with the dead because the food for the dead is the food for the dead, and I'm not dead. So think about it this way. Persephone ate after a long time. She was hungry, 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 and she ate 6 little pomegranate seeds. And because she ate those pomegranate seeds, she had to stay in Hades' realm for 6 months out of the year. And because of that, her mother basically put the planet in winter. Nothing would grow because she was so depressed at the loss of her daughter for those 6 months, even though she knew she'd come back. She put the world in a state of fall and then winter, and when her child came back, spring began. Think about that. Think about what it is that I'm saying as far as if you eat the food there, you're eating solid food in that realm. We're astral projecting to other places when we go to sleep. We can't eat that food. That food is not for us. That food is for those individuals that's in that realm. No matter what they're looking like, no matter who they're sounding like. It may be them, but then again, it is possible for you to see what other entities want you to see. And that's them showing you your family, making it seem like it's okay. It's not okay. If your family is gone, if they're gone, you cannot eat their food. Unless, of course, like grandma had like some stew or something in the freezer. She passed away, but that's still stew from this realm. Okay? That's some good stew. And you're probably gonna cry while you're eating that stew. But eat your grandma's stew. But if grandma giving you stew and you know that you're asleep. See, that's the thing. Not everybody realize that they're asleep and that they're dreaming. But there's a lot of people who feel as though it's disrespectful not to eat grandma's food. And they don't remember dreaming about grandma at all. There's a lot of people who are conscious dreamers, but there's a great deal more who are not. There's a lot of things that have changed recently, but there are some people who are still very, very much still unconscious of certain things and certain aspects of being. And you think about that story with Hades and Persephone. Nobody put that together. That, or maybe, there probably is someone, some scholarly person who studied Greek mythology, and they were like, yeah, oh, hold up. But did they just put, okay, that's how they came up with the seasons. That's how they came up with the seasons, but did they get the spiritual aspect of it? Because I'm thinking that there was a spiritual aspect. There's a warning there, and we just didn't get it. Do we get it now? You get it now? You got it? Don't eat the food. Because if you are eating the food, it ties you to that realm. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I had to do. And it was crazy because I'm not quite sure who it was. I don't know if it was my father because he had passed away. I don't know if it's this guy that I've been connected to who was like, look, this is what you got to do. But he told me, and I know it's a he, you have to go to the bathroom. In this realm, you have to go to the bathroom because you ate something in this realm and it is literally decaying in your physical form. You got to get it out. So I have noticed another thing that when I'm dreaming, when I was a kid, my dad was like, if you feel like you have to go to the bathroom, wake yourself up because you have to pee. If you keep dreaming that you're going to the bathroom, wake yourself up. Here's the thing. I don't feel like I have to go to the bathroom unless I have to pee in the other realms. But what I have noticed is there's feces all over these bathrooms that I'm going to, and I'm like, ew, I don't want to use. Oh, excuse me. I don't want to use that bathroom. Ew, that's nasty. And so it really makes me wonder because I kept getting someone who was trying to force feed me food. And I kept dreaming about the same place. So let's talk about it. Hades is the ruler of the underworld, right? A lot of people felt as though the underworld is just another way of saying that he's the ruler of hell. Now, we have a lot of different names of beings, and all of them are not the same individual, supposedly. Some of them, one of them rules the underworld, one of them rules hell, and then, you know, you know, is just they're described as a similar being, but are they? I mean, that's a question to ask yourself. Are they the same being? And if that's the case, were they telling us what would trap us in hell? One of the things that would make it where we are stuck in this place in our dreams? When we go to sleep, do we go to the underworld? Is that where we're going? Because if you eat the food there, you're going to wake up and all day your gut is just not going to feel right. And I know there's a lot of people out there who just wake up and they're like, ugh. I know a lot of Virgos that's like, and we greedy. Tauruses too. So it's kind of like and the doctor can't tell you what's wrong. They give you these vague these vague diagnoses. They don't know for sure. They're just like, oh, you're constipated, but nothing seems to be coming out that's extra. Okay? They're like, oh, well, I'm going to give you this. They give you all of these medicines, and it's like, it's not working. It's not making you feel right. You ever just always feel full or um you always feel heavy? I'm going to just say it. You dream, you need to make a conscious decision in your dream to go use the toilet in your dream. You need to get it out. Because remember, rotten food on this 3D plane that we're on and on this timeline, because we're all on our own timelines. Rotten food sitting in your gut will poison your system. You want to know what's wrong with you? Stop eating the food in your dreams. You want to know what's wrong with you? Go take a dump in your dreams because it's not coming out on your toilet, your regular toilet. You got to go to the bathroom. You got to release what's holding you to that realm. All right, peeps. I know that was a crazy one, but listen to what it is that I'm saying and try your best to never eat the food that they offer you in your dreams. And try your best to remember, to consciously remember you gotta go to the bathroom over there. And baby, you might be looking for a toilet for a long time. You might have to have something nasty on your astral body. And you gonna have to go cleanse that off, okay? Because you need to use a toilet. Or you need to lay it somewhere else. Don't poop all over the place. I walk through there too. Sleep, I gotta get up early. I gotta go take this test. I just had to. I'm normally driving my bus while I'm thinking about this, so I had to get this one out. All right, all right, peeps. You have a good day.